But at the end of the day, the Raiders are struggling and it's a bad look. But that's going to be a wrap on our NFL Week 3 aftermath. And I went a lot longer than I wanted to, but you know what? We moving and grooving. You know, this is my show, so I can do what I want. So pretty much, let's jump into the AP Top 25. And the AP Top 25, we have ourselves a very, very interesting group here. You know what I mean? Some teams are out now. You know, UCLA lost. They were only number 24, so they lost this week, so they're out. You know, Washington State moves up because they got a good win this week. And let me check to see if Colorado, the elusive Colorado Buffs, are out yet, because I really never thought they should have been ranked, but they did that because it did make a little sense to have them ranked, because they did beat a TCU team that was a ranked team at the beginning of the year. They also beat a Nebraska team that was considered an improved Nebraska team in a rivalry game. And then Colorado State was a game that was more of a tune-up situation for Colorado, but it could possibly, if you didn't have Deion as the coach, it would have served as a tune-up situation for Colorado State. That's how bad Colorado was before Deion got here. But I'm looking at it now. I'm going to go from 25 to 1. You have Fresno State entering the top 25 this week, 4-0. And you have Kansas entering the top 25 this week, and Missouri. All these teams were not in the top 25 last week. Florida is now number 22 in the nation. Tennessee's number 21 in the nation. Ole Miss is dropped down to number 20 in the nation. Oregon State doesn't get dropped out the top 25, but they drop down to number 19. You have Miami moving up to number 18, right behind Duke. Duke is now number 17. Washington State moves up to number 16. I think they should have been a little higher, but you know how it goes. And then you have North Carolina coming fresh off of another really good win. They're number 15. Oklahoma didn't really move up too much. They're number 14 in the nation at this point. You got LSU. You know, they lost opening weekend, so they had to move themselves back up. They had a too close of a game, so they wind up falling to number 13, which is not bad. And then you have Alabama going from 10 to 12. You know, Alabama, even though they did beat Ole Miss, it still was just, I guess people just aren't that impressed. Notre Dame only drops 2 spots to number 11. I felt like Notre Dame damn near shouldn't even got moved out of number 9, because they played in a game that was like a game, a real game. That game was exciting, man. It was a buzzer beater for Ohio State. Just OMG. You like, let's do it again. That's what my whole reaction was, like, let's do it again. I can't wait. Hopefully this can be in the Final Four of the bowl year. But this is why it's so fun when the best play the best early in the year, because like I said, they turn it into their own little NCAA March Madness tournament when you have the best play the best in the season. And usually Ohio State's the team that plays the best of the best in the season. So that was a good look. Both those teams didn't do anything but add to their resume. You got Utah number 10, a little disrespectful. Utah should be the number, should be where USC's at. USC's now number 8 in the nation after a lackluster win over Arizona State. But I felt like being number 5 was a bit too much for them anyway. But you have 4 Pac-12 teams, 7 through 10. You got Utah at 10, you got Oregon at 9, you got USC at 8, and you got Washington at 7. I know why Washington's ahead of everybody, because Washington's had the most impressive victories. But when you see the team that's had the most consistency, it's going to be Utah. So Utah, to me, is really the team that should be the 7th ranked team in the nation. But really, they could be the 6th ranked team in the nation when I look at Penn State. You know, so that's where we're going with that. And then we have Florida State, who's not 4-0 right now. They go from number 3 to number 5. Ohio State goes up 2 rankings to number 4. And then you have Texas, who goes up from number 4 down to number 3. And then Michigan and Georgia are still 1 and 2. So that's this week's AP Top 25. And expect this to be shaking up some more, you know, because we did lose some teams this week. And I will not be put it past anybody that we're going to lose some teams this week as well, too. Colorado and UCLA find themselves out of the top 25 this week, but that might be some extra motivation for those teams as well, too. So let's go ahead and jump into our next topic in hand.